How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich, and I am the owner, driver, and crew of CF Racing. And this week, or today, we're going to bring you the February update for our race operation. We wanted to bring it to you last weekend, but due to weather, we delayed it another week. And also, we want to hope that everybody who's been affected by the weather over the past week is drying up, staying safe, and staying warm. So our thoughts and prayers go out to those people who are impacted by the weather of the past week. We also want to thank our sponsors, nc-fsbo.com and Tibi Gyms. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do as much as we are doing with our racing operation. So with all that being said, we got a lot to go over. Over the past month, there hasn't been a whole lot on the surface that has been completed, but we have had a lot completed over the past month, and we're going to try and bring as much of that to you guys as we can. So we will start our round robin. We'll start with the chassis, and what we had over the past month is we were able to get the chassis out, get it cleaned up, nice and clean, get all the dirt from last season, dirt and grease off of it from last season. Sorry, it's starting to collect a little bit of dust. Also, if you hear any kid in the background, we got Tiberius running around, playing, letting him out and get some sun and get some daylight today. So some of the things we have accomplished after getting it cleaned up, we were able to get our dowel pins here installed in the caster blocks. So that was also, these little dowel pins were a big hold up. One of them was stuck in the caster block, and we had a hard time getting it out, but we were able to get it out and get the new ones installed. We also painted the caster marks here on the top. When I bought the cart, these were actually not painted. I'm not sure why. I'm sure there was some reason behind it, but without them being painted, they were getting rusted up, and you go and sand them and clean them off, and then the little indicator mark wears out. So we went ahead and painted and remarked all those caster blocks, so we're able to use them. With that being said, we'll go here to the right front, and on the right front, we were able to get the caster block disassembled, cleaned up. The right front spindle disassembled and cleaned up. The right front hub disassembled and cleaned up. It's a little bit tighter than it should be. Spins a lot better when you have the wheel on. I've already had a wheel on it and spun it, and it spins pretty well. You definitely want everything here loose and spinning freely. So after getting all that stuff cleaned up, we've got it reinstalled, and then we have moved over to the left front. We got everything disassembled, I think everything's cleaned up. I know we're going to be ordering a new left front caster block, a new left front spindle. Something we just wanted to try, hopefully a little upgrade, hopefully something that can get the cart to turn a little better coming out of the corners, especially at Coleridge. We've been really fighting the push condition coming out of the corners, and hoping the a new left front spindle is something that's going to help out with that. That's pretty much all that's going on with the chassis right now. We'll move over here to the chassis scales. So with chassis scales, we were able to get all the framing pieces disassembled. I believe last time we were here, all the framing pieces some of them were still on the wall over there waiting to be disassembled. We have gotten them all assembled. We've gotten them all sanded down, and the remaining pieces are in a cleaning process. One of the new additions that we are making, we had the plans drawn up and completed for making a stand. We're going to build a stand here for on top of the chassis scales that the go-kart can actually sit on. Last year we were using we put some cinder blocks on top of here. And then if I wanted to get the cart out of the air, on the scales, I'd have to get Blue to come out here and help me out, and it was kind of tough in a manhandling situation. So we're hoping that those will make it a little bit easier to get the cart out of there and in on the chassis scales. So with that being said, we've also got some additional pieces mounted on. We got the left right rear leg installed. We got some brackets mounted onto the rear plates, and this rear bar is not finished being installed, but that's the next part. We hope to have that installed here this week, and then this is the left rear leg. We hope to have that installed this week as well. A big part here, we've also finished getting all our tires cleaned up. These things will, these tires and wheels, they will get extremely dirty during the race. You get a lot of dirt caked up inside the wheel. That can throw the balance out of the wheel. A lot of dirt embedded into the tire. So we've gone through and cleaned all those up. Usually we'll repaint the wheels, but like I said in the previous video, we're not going to do any repainting this winter just because we haven't run as many races. I am trying a different method to winterize these tires. We won't go into any of that because if those methods work, I don't want anybody else doing it. But we will be kind of monitoring the hardness of the tires throughout the winter and seeing how that works. But right now the tires are pretty much done until we go back to racing this spring. Back here we have a few more items. Still have the back or the primary body still waiting to be mounted on. Everything here, except for what's in this die-hard box, we'll just move that out of the shot. Everything here has been cleaned and ready to assemble back on to the cart. Main pieces to look at here are brake system. All the brake system pieces have been are cleaned up and ready to mount back onto the cart. They're just waiting for basically for the rear axle to get completed and mounted back on the cart. Once the rear axle is mounted and we kind of have a little bit more of a rolling chassis, we'll get those brake components installed. Well, let's walk over here to the other room. Take a right there, Lou. So what we have a new addition. We had to go order a new air hose. This was some addition to the tools here in the shop. On a 20 degree weather day, walking from one room to the other, I tripped over the air hose. I didn't fall down or hurt myself or anything, but when I tripped over it, it sounded like a stick broke. And we'll see if I'll give you guys a shot right here. Right here, the air hose snapped. So with this being with the rubber being cold, hard, and dry, like I said, it sounded like a stick broke. I looked when I heard it snap. I looked around, didn't see anything wrong. But the next time I turned the air compressor on and ran it, it would not fill up with air, and I heard air leaking. So we had to go through and get that replaced. A few other things have been accomplished. Like I said, behind a lot of things weren't done on the surface, but a lot of things were done in the background. You see a lot of items here that have been in the painting process. Here's the backup body. All the trim for the backup body has already been painted. This is a left side panel. The right side panel is in the house, waiting for a final coat of blue paint. There's the nose panel. It's got its first coat of blue paint, but the trim is also completed on that. You can see here, this is the stand pieces I was talking about that the go-kart is gonna sit on. It's going to have some 2x4s mounted to the bottom of it. I don't know if you can get those in the shop below, but some of the 2x4s are in the process of being painted right there as well. And you see here some of the framing pieces are also completed, well, in their final stage of painting. We got some of that stuff painted last week and some of this other stuff painted yesterday, so we're just letting the paint kind of dry out a little bit, and you know, then we'll start assembling some of the stuff back together. On another note, for one of our safety topics, this is the item that goes on the head, the helmet. Over the winter, we took everything out, all the padding and everything outside, took the visor off, and got the helmet nice and clean. All these vents and stuff, they'll get a lot of dirt caked up inside of them. Looks like that one still needs. There we go. Still needs a little bit of work, opening and closing. Maybe a little bit WD-40 would help. Or something else that won't attract dirt onto it. But also during the summer months, with all the sweat and everything from 20 lap races, it smells fresh now, but it won't smell fresh. Smell fresh after the summer. So I like to clean that up, and that way when we start the season off, my helmet's not smelling really bad every time I go and put it on top of my head. So I think last major thing to talk about is the enclosed trailer. In our last video, the enclosed trailer box was here inside the garage. You see that space is now occupied by pieces being painted. The box now is mounted, well, in the process of being mounted to the trailer. So you can see here, we have already gotten some of the framing pieces painted. 5 of the framing pieces are finished painted. Some of the other ones are in various stages of being painted, but we want to go ahead and put those pieces together so we can start fitting the trailer box to the trailer and make sure everything fits right, and finish mounting the brackets that bolt the trailer box to the frame. These brackets are complete. There's 2 in the back, 2 on each side, and then 2 on the front. Right now we're in the process of mounting these brackets to the trailer box. And I think, looking at my notes, I think that pretty much covers all the new stuff. Some of the upcoming things that we're looking forward to is we hope to have a race schedule to produce within the next few weeks. We're looking at getting back to racing in late April or early May. We have some obligations going on at the end of March and early April that we need to accomplish, and as you see here, we still got a lot of work that we're trying to get done. So yeah, we're hoping to have a race schedule out late April, early May. I want to run at various tracks around the state, but if it's just Malou coming and helping me, we're probably just going to stick to Coleridge and keep it simple to kind of take some of the stress off of her from her volunteering to come and help me out at the track. One thing, we also are working on starting a YouTube channel. We hope to put these videos on YouTube, for more people to see and get a little bit more exposure also for our sponsors. And with that being said, we also want to start doing like a Q&A. If anybody has any questions, submit the questions to us, and we would be more than happy to answer some of them during these videos. We all are also, if anybody's interested, we are also looking for some sponsor help. We do have nc-fsbo.com and Tibby Gyms, but we are also looking for anybody else who is interested in being part of the racing team and joining some of the fun. And also, if anybody's interested in getting their hands dirty and turning some wrenches and learning some trade skills, we are looking for some hands-on help as well. So with that being said, that wraps February's video. We hope to have one a little bit earlier in March. We'll have to look at how, hopefully the weather's doing well. Have to look at my Army Reserve schedule. And yeah, I think that basically covers it for more. And we will definitely have a little bit more moved along in the process. And of course, I want to thank my wife Malou for filming this video for us. So that being said, we will see you guys next month.